Join us on Healing from North for a unique healing experience that goes beyond the ordinary. Explore the power of healing and spirits and its impact on your life. Ask your questions about healing, healing guides, energy, research on healing, and psychic surgery healing, and share your thoughts as Tauren guides us towards the best answers. Let's embark on a healing transformation journey together. Now, your host of Healing from North, Torunn Anthenson. Well, hello, everyone. Welcome to Healing from North. I am here with the amazing Torunn Anthenson, and I want to take a moment to introduce you fine folks to her because this show is going to be amazing. Just a few words about Torunn. Torunn is a renowned healer and medium from Norway, now certified by the Norwegian Healing Center in 2021. Torunn became a committee member on DNH's Ethical Council. Tauren has been a master teacher at Lisa Williams International School of Spiritual Development since 2019 and teaches students from around the world. Hi, Tauren.
Hi, Todd.
How are you?
It's really nice to be here. I'm so happy for this opportunity to share healing all over the world.
It is so amazing. It is so amazing that you're here, and I want to get into some of your abilities and get into you and what entails everything. What created Tauren? What made her what she is today? That's what we're going to talk about today here because this is your debut show. Now, next week, of course, you'll be solo, but this is your debut show, and this is all about you. So tell us your story, Tauren. How did you get started in all this?
Oh, this is really a long story, but I will make it short.
Sure.
My mom, she used to do healing for me and my sisters and the animals in the family, but she didn't talk about healing, but she studied a lot without people knowing. I don't think my dad knew everything about that. And so we didn't talk so much about it, but I think like my mom, I was very curious about everything that had to do with spiritual work. And my mom took me to some psychics in Oslo when I was around 18 years. And that was an amazing lady that really could read a little of my future. And I was just drawn to mediumship, psychic readings. I was not so drawn to healing, but it was like the healing is the strongest gift I have. So I always drawn back to healing, even when I tried to focus on other things. And I used to work as a bank advisor for some years.
Okay.
And my soul just wanted me to work with healing and to help people. So when I was 30 years old, I just quit my job and started a healing center in the south of Norway. And I have expanded a lot over those 22 years, but it's been a process, really, a long process.
A long process. I can only imagine because transformation is tough. Transformation is tough. I struggled myself with it. And to get into your comfort zone, to find your place in this world, it's a tough thing. And Courtney says hello.
Yeah, it's really nice to see everyone move.
Yes. If you guys have any comments or anything you want to say to Tauren, you can put those right there on Facebook, YouTube, put them in chat. Wherever you're watching from, you can post those comments and send her your support because this is going to be amazing. Your journey is incredible. I was looking around your website, which is beautiful, by the way. Job well done. Gorgeous website.
Thank you.
And there's so many things that you're involved with healing, with mediumship. And the world is going by so quickly. There's big shifts, big changes coming, and things that people are saying. Your psychic and mediumship abilities, how were those developed?
I started to take some courses in Norway when I was around 25. And when I was in my 30s, I started to travel to Artufinle College in UK.
Mm-hmm.
I went there for 17 weeks.
Wow.
So I've lived a lot in that castle. It's a castle. It's a spiritual castle with great teachers. So I studied mediumship, reading, healing, psychic art, paranormal weeks I joined. So, but I was most of the weeks I took mediumship because healing is very easy for me. It's very natural and very strong, a gift. But mediumship, I had to work on more because when I was a child, I saw dead people before I went to bed. But I had very good fantasy, so I thought it was my fantasy. And my parents also told me it was my fantasy. But when I was in my 20s, I knew that this is not my fantasy. It's dead people, but dead people I didn't know because I didn't knew so many people on the other side at that time. But when I started to learn about it and how to speak with them and blend with them, it was so much love in that. It's a lot of healing in mediumship. To get a message from the other side is really healing.
Now,
So, yeah.
the messages, I have to ask, do they come visions? Do you hear them? Do you how is yourself in tune to spirit? Do you all your, I think they call them clairs.
Yes, it's been a development there too, because when I was a child, I saw them on the wall. I saw them from up here, and I saw them more in a it's not black and white, but it was not that clear picture. But when I started to do mediumship and started to announce that I did mediumship, they all disappeared. And I was, oh my God, what I'm going to do. But then they started to come in on the side of me with the energy and blend the energy with me, so I can feel what they liked, how the personality. They give me small movies, pictures. Sometimes I can hear them. So it's a mix, really. It's but it started with seeing them not so clearly, and just the upper part of them.
So yeah, that would be difficult because if I were to, which I'm not as sensitive as you are by any stretch of the imagination, but if I were to see something of that, I would want some kind of development, some kind of training to teach me how to hone my skills, how to harness them, and help others with them. Now you've been through some extensive training for this as well and developed yourself into an amazing individual. What are some things that you're going to offer the people on this show, Torunn? What are some things that you can help them with?
The main theme will be healing, because it's healing, distant healing. I will do some healing live in this show.
Wow.
I will also have guests that can speak a lot about healing and have a lot of knowledge. Some of them are quite famous people in Norway and have a lot of knowledge from healing and crystal healings, and I will also do some mini readings, psychics, mediumship. I think everything is healing, but I also want to teach people in this show how they can get in contact with their own healing spirit guides. So I will give some meditations where you can learn yourself how to connect, because everyone have this ability to do healing. Maybe not everyone are meant to have a full-time job as a healer, but everyone is able to do healing. So I want to share knowledge about healing, about psychic surgery healing, studies that's going on in Norway together with hospitals about healing, and how people can reach this high dimension themselves to use these gifts so they can help other people and themselves.
Wow. That's amazing. And you mentioned psychic surgery. That just piqued my interest.
Yes.
What is psychic surgery?
It's sometimes when my healing guides need to do a little surgery in some client's body, they help me. It's like, or what you say, narcosis.
Okay.
Like they put them, like they're sleeping during the healing session, and the clients, they feel they are in a white light, and they see guides, and they sometimes see the operation from up under the roof and down where me and my healing guides are working with them. So if they need an operation, sometimes psychic surgery happens. And after the operation, the doctors in hospitals can take pictures and see a difference in the body. So that doesn't happen to that many people, but sometimes it happened. And for me, it seems like it's happening when the client are quite sensitive themselves. It's like it's easier for my healing guides to help them. So they don't feel any pain. It's like they are sleeping. They feel they are in this white light. They get messages when they are there. Some of them see some loved ones on the other side, or an animal they have in spirit. And some of them meet some of my healing guides. Like I have a Japanese surgeon, is one of my spirit healing guides that helps me during the healing. Sometimes I see him and get a message from him while they're in that white light. And when the healing is over, they're coming back into the body and open their eyes again. And maybe it sounds scaring, but they feel just love. And they don't have pain after the operations. They very often, that area is cold as ice for 24 hours. So the client will not have pain. So, and people ask me, how can I book a psychic surgery healing? I can never promise that, because it's happened when the timing is right for my healing guides. And it happens to some people and some other, it never happened. I know one of the ladies who's watching me right now, she have had psychic surgery healing twice, I think.
My God.
Maybe she want to share something in the comments.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, she can put that experience in the comments. We'll post it up for everybody to see and read. I mean, that is incredible.
And that's also why the hospital got interested in healing and wanted to do scientific studies on healing, because they said this is not possible. It's not possible to do an operation like that. But they saw the results and they were interested in what's going on.
My goodness. That to me, that's mind blowing. Going in there, and it's like a spiritual sedation, if you will. When they're under like this, under that state, they're in this completely different world, right? And they're seeing things that are coming to them. Now, do you deal with past lives or anything like that as well, or do you call in? I know you call in some surgeons and things like that, or
I don't have so. I believe in past lives, and I have been in some therapy myself to go back to earlier life, but I don't do that when I'm working with healing. But the people that have experienced psychic surgery healing are never afraid of doing it again, because they feel just love, and it's really a lot of help, both for the body and mind when that's happening. It's always big results when it's happening. So I wish I could do that to everyone, but it's out of my control, really. It happens when it's possible. So when just trust my healing guides, and the way I teach this, I will teach in this radio show later on. how to connect, so all of you are able to connect and do healing work, beautiful healing work. It's not that's for just some people, it's for everyone. I can't
Absolutely.
promise psychic surgery for everyone, but because that's a progress.
The healing work, it like you said, anyone can accept this. Now, to do this remotely, can you do this remotely too, Torunn, or does it have to be in person?
Psychic surgery, as some calm. I see more best results when it's hands-on healing. But some clients told me that they had a little psychic surgery healing going on during remote healing. But I like to see the client when I do that.
Okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot of sense. And
it's for everyone to see. We have done this in public for 100 people watching. Everyone see what's going on, that it's an operation, and everyone can feel the energy in the room. And very often during that amazing surgeries going on, we also receive beautiful pictures from our spirit healing guides that are put directly on the camera roll in the phone during the session. And I think we can show them some picture another time. And we have done that before too in this show. So
that would be incredible. And Mona has a response here. She says, "Yes, I've had it. Inside my ears was moving, and then the back of my head. Very special feeling. I had pain in my ears, but never after that session." That's incredible.
And we did film that, so everyone were able to watch what's going on during that session with Mona.
Wow. Courtney has a comment here for you. "I didn't think I was helping Roger because I couldn't bring him back, but by coping through for his wife and family to help him be where he wanted to be, I realized now I was helping him by making sure he could transition the way he wanted to." And the whole healing aspect of it, like you said, all you need is love, and it fills the person with love, white energy, the perfect combination to heal. And to have ailments and things, we all have them. We all have ailments. We all have aches and pains, especially at my age. We all have aches and pains.
We all have that. And as Courtney said, healing also helps when people are dying. Very often I'm in hospice giving healing to people who are going to die in the next days or weeks. And I have been thinking myself, when it's my time to go, it would be lovely to have a healer who could come and just give me that energy of pure love. And I think it makes the whole process easier to let go of this life and go ahead to the next life.
That's beautiful. That is beautiful. And what we're going to do, if you don't mind, you have an amazing sponsor. We're gonna play something from your sponsor here, and then when we come back, I really want to talk about some of the amazing people that you have worked on, some stories, if you would like to share those, some good cases and things that you put forth, and wow, I mean, it's amazing what you do, and I can't thank you enough for doing it, because people need help, and you're here to help them. No matter where you are in the world, you can help them. Whether you're here in the States, whether you're in Norway, here you are, and you can aid that service, and that's amazing, Torunn. So, if just everybody hang on just 1 second, we're going to play a short break here, and we come back, we're going to hear some more from Torunn Anthenson right here on Healing from North. Stay tuned. Health concerns. We all have them. But did you know that with just one drop of your blood, we can predict your future health? Tell me, Do you know what you really look like on the inside? Book your blood test today and find out if you're in the danger zone. To do so is simple. Just email us at showmemybalance@gmail.com. That's showmemybalance@gmail.com. Close to the bottom of the hour here, folks. You're listening to Healing from North. Those of you listening to the podcast later, welcome to the new show. Torunn Anthenson, of course, will be your host, and I am just thrilled to talk to you. This is absolutely incredible. Now, we were talking about, before we took a break, we kind of introduced you, your abilities, which are incredible. And now I kind of want to get into some stories, because people love to hear about helping other people. They really do. And I think, especially with these times that we're under, Torunn, we need it.
Yeah, we need a sea of healers. And that's really why I said yes to this radio show. It's really because I want people to understand that they can do this themselves and help so many people if they just have a good intention from the heart and just are brave enough to try to trust the healing abilities they have.
Trust the abilities. That's the key word. Trust the abilities.
And that was hard for me in the beginning too. I didn't trust myself the first years. The clients were coming back. They had the family members with them, and they were really happy for the healing. But I was so afraid that I was a false healer. I thought I wasn't good enough. So I really struggled with my self-confidence to believe I was good enough for this work. And now, after I've been through all that, it's really one of the things I think I'm very good about is to help others believe in themselves and their healing abilities, because we all have these abilities. You just need to have a deep intention and wish from your heart to help.
And you know, I've heard of certain cases like that where that's occurred, where people have been healed and really didn't understand why or how. Things, miracles, they call them, you
Yes.
know. And what are some of these instances that have happened in the past, to kind of, if we could take you back in time, some of your favorite people that you've helped?
It's many, but I could share a few ones.
Sure.
The first time, it was a man that had pain in his back. In Norway, we call it disc prolapse. I'm not sure the English word, but he was not able to walk straight. He was bending forward and had so much pain. And he was a captain on a big ship. The next day he was going back to work, and he was not able to do that really because of the pain. And before he came to me, he took a picture, a MR picture of his back. So he didn't knew the result of that picture when he came to me. And that was the first time I really saw a big change. I just hold my hand on him and on his back, and he was getting so warm, he was sweating. And after a few minutes, he was standing up straight, and he felt really 100% good in his back. And he went back to work. And after 1 week, he called me and said the picture showed a big problem in his back, and it was not possible to really fix that. But his back was good again. So it was the healing. I think that was my first experience when I was thinking, oh my God, what is going on?
Yeah.
This happened. The first time I really felt psychic surgery, it was a lady, and I was talking to her, and it was like she was fainting when I was talking to her. So I got a bit scared. I thought maybe healing is not for her. and she had crushed her hand in an accident.
Mm.
She had had 15 operations, and
Mm.
everything, none of them worked very well. So she had a lot of nerve pains, and her hands were looking like that. And it was cold as ice. And when she was a kind of fainting, do you understand what I mean? It's like she fell into sleep, so she couldn't talk or anything. Her hand was going up in the air and start with mechanic movements. And that was the first time I saw psychic surgery, and you could see things going in her hand, and it was like a mechanic. And I was scared. It was the first time, and I never heard about psychic surgery before that. But when the healing was finished, the hand was going down, and she was awake again. And she was scared, and I was scared. And she said, "I will never come back." Good. I was thinking about quitting my job as a healer, but she came back, and amazing things started to happen with her. And she was the first one that the hospital could take MR pictures and see big changes in her hand. And after a while, she was able to do movements with her hand that it wasn't possible, the doctor said, to do that, because they have taken away the bones in her fingers and everything.
Oh.
Where the bones was taken, she could do like this, and that was not possible. So she has been out of her body, as I call it, when she goes into that white light many hundred times. And I have learned so much from that lady.
Oh my goodness.
And she clearly see the healing guides when they come in. She said, it's like they are up under the roof, and they come down and go and work through me with white light. So she see the dimension between us during the healing, and she also see my psychic surgeon once. So she has been a big part of my development. And not so many months ago, I had a man. He had, do you call it struma, when the eyes are growing?
Ooh.
He was younger than me, and his eyes was really big because of that.
Mm.
And he was going to hospital a few weeks after to get the operation, so they can make it bigger, so the eye could stay more in his head. During the healing, his face was going like this all the time, and he was not out of the body, he was awake, and he said, "I'm not doing this myself." And I said, "No, it's not possible for you to." And I also filmed that. After the healing, his eyes were normal again. So he didn't take that operation, and that happened so quickly. And I said to him, "Now you can go and watch yourself in the mirror." And he said, "They feel good." And then he watched himself in the mirror, and he said, "Oh my God, they are normal again." So sometimes, but some clients, I wish it could happen more, that I could see, because if the soul needs healing, this intelligence of the healing always start with the soul, and they don't prioritize the body because the soul is internal. So sometimes if they want help with a knee and maybe the soul needs healing first, they work with the soul.
So with the soul, and this is great. I like how this conversation's going. Now the soul and the body obviously are two different things. Now the soul animates the body, and the healing process. Basically, when you're doing your healing, do you focus on the soul of the body, or do you focus more on just, let's say, that person's hand that was hurt?
Usually I just focus on bringing in the light and blend with my healing spirit guides. So I feel they are standing in a circle together with me around the client. And I do the same with remote healing. And when I blend with them, I just trust them to know what's best for the clients. And I try to follow my intuition, where to hold my hand. Sometimes I see the light beings around my healing table and they show me where to hold my hand. Sometimes I just know, I just have a feeling of knowing. Sometimes I see, sometimes I hear, sometimes I feel it in my own body. They give me a little pain in the knee and I ask the client, do you have trouble with your knee? And then I put my hand on the knee. So it's different from clients to clients, really. And I think everyone, if they decide to do healing, they will get a healing team right ahead to help them. And after they have been practiced for a while, maybe new healing guides will come in, and so they can develop even more. But it's like having one teacher first, or one teacher, and when you learn something, you need a new mentor or teacher, and they can bring in a new guide or two.
That's incredible. So it's a team effort. It's a team effort.
It's a team. It's really, I need them. If without them, I couldn't do any of this work to help people or animals. And then they also need me. They need me to be the channel. They need me to understand where to hold my hands, what to do, what to say. It's a lot of healing when you talk to people. So it's no coincidence what you're talking about when you have clients on the healing table. I love to see all the comments. Thank you.
There's so many coming in. There's so many people that just love to see you. Christina's welcoming you to the station family. There's so
thank you.
So many great comments coming in here, and they're talking about healing and how amazing it is. Of course, how amazing you are. They're putting that in there. I'm sure those are some testimonials from people that you have worked with as well. And
some of my clients are also in the comments here. Yeah. And some of my students, I love to see all of them here.
It's incredible, the people that come together for something like this, for a show like this. Now, your show is going to be on once a month.
Yes.
The last Monday of every month.
Yes.
So I want people to mark their calendars. The last Monday of every month. That's at 11 a.m. Central. And
p.m. Oslo time.
There you go. And it's going to be a monthly show. You're gonna really portray some guests. You're gonna have some guests on here, some topics. What are some of the topics that you're wanting to get into on your show?
Everything that has to do with healing. And the next months I will bring in a very famous lady from Norway. She's an expert on crystals and crystal healings. And her son was married to the Norwegian princess. He sadly died a few years ago, but she is back working with helping people and share knowledge about the crystals and all the healing they can bring in. So she will be my first guest, and I'm so looking forward to that. And I will have doctors that are really into healing, because I want to build bridges between healers and doctors. So the second guest is a doctor. She's doing some research on healing too. So we have many interesting guests that can share a lot of knowledge with you guys.
So much information. And again, folks, this is free of charge. To watch this show, to listen to this show afterwards on the podcast, all you'll have to do is search Healing from North and Tauren will come up. And so it's going to be, and we have another one here. Jane is saying Torunn Anthenson Healing is an amazing teacher that I'm so grateful for and can recommend her courses. Wow.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All of this information is hard for a lot of people to process. Someone like yourself has already been there and processed it.
Yes.
For the most part.
And also for my family, because my mom, she had all these abilities herself. She was a very strong healer, even if she didn't work as a healer, but she was a strong healer. But for the rest of the family, it's been a process. And my dad, he was very skeptical. And now he is soon 82, and he really opened up for this. And last month, I was able to give him some healing. And when he's opening up for healing, I think it's possible for everyone to start opening up for this kind of help.
That's wonderful. So your family supports you in this, in all that you
Yeah,
do.
they do. But I didn't had a lot of support when I started. Not where I lived and not in my family, but they became very proud of me when they saw all the results and how many people I could help.
There's so many, and there's so many that I know I need it. I know a lot of other people
We
that
can
need
work
it as
with
well.
that.
It's and it's not always pain. You know, there's other illnesses, other ailments in the body that don't cause pain that people need to have addressed. Now, when
Yeah.
you're in there, let's say someone has an injured arm or shoulder, and you're in there doing what you do. Do you sense, or if you sense or see anything else in there, do you address that as well?
Sometimes I can see or just know why they have pain in the shoulder. Sometimes it's an energy block that has to do with something else they have been through. Sometimes the healing guides give me pictures and information about how they can change their life to the better.
Hmm.
Maybe if it's something they shouldn't eat or something they really need to work with, or maybe change their jobs. So I have a lot of young people that have anxiety, and healing really calmed them down. But with all the mobile phone and TikTok and everything they need to be on, I think sometimes it's a little pressure for young people, and especially sensitive people take in too much and they get really stressed. So healing helps them. And for me, I think healing should be in the schools. I think they should learn about how to heal themselves and heal others and how to calm down in an early age, maybe before they are 10 years.
So is this healing? Is it similar to like a Reiki healing, or is it completely different?
It's for me, healing is healing. I know it's many different types. It's trance healing, Reiki healing, distant healing, hands-on healing, everything. But it's the same source. The intelligence of healing is, for me, from the highest frequencies of pure love. And the names are just different techniques you can use to reach that source.
Yeah, thank you for clarifying that, because I just had that curiosity in my mind if it was similar. And like you said, healing is healing,
Yeah,
and
for me, healing is healing, and it's quite easy, but people can react very differently. So I think to watch this show just to learn more about healing. So when you give healing to other people, if they react in different ways, you can ask me here in this show, and I will also teach different things that can or may happen when people receive healing. It's not dangerous, but it's really nice to know a little more about what you are doing when you give healing to other people.
oh my,
And I think also we are going to have some live group healings. So many of you can receive healing at the same time.
I am putting your website in the comments here really quick, and as people are asking for it in a private message, it's yeah, it's yes, okay. So the show is taking off. It is here. It has arrived. Help has arrived. You've got some great guests lined up. You've got
Yes.
some great topics lined up. And next week,
Next month.
next month, next month, you're going to be having a guest on. And if you would announce that guest one more time, because we just have a few more minutes left here, but announce that guest one more time if you would.
And yeah, next time is her name is Marianne Ben. So she's amazing. So I hope everyone want to join us then. And I have also learned a lot about those abilities from Lisa Williams. So I think, and she is very open to be a guest in shows like this. So I will invite her too. But she's a very busy lady. So maybe we need to wait for a few months before she is ready. But
Maybe.
I think we are
Spirit will
going
tell us,
to have
right?
amazing guests. And she is going to Norway in 2024. And we're going to do some work together, both in Norway and online in the near future. So it will be all kind of levels of healing for the soul, for the body, and also teach you how to do this yourself. And I think it's a great opportunity because this show is for free, because most courses you need to pay for them. And this is a good thing just to join and receive and learn
I
about
love
healing.
it. Oh, I am so excited to have you with us. I mean, we are so blessed to have you. We are so blessed to have you, Torunn. And there's so many people that you're going to help, that you're going to reach, that you already have reached just today. Just in this short amount of time, the people you've connected with is incredible. There's Anne.
It's an honor to be here. I'm so happy for the opportunity to my I really want to share healing wherever it's possible. And my goal is to have healing in all hospitals and cooperate with doctors. I want this to be a normal thing to do. Have the doctor, but also have healing. And sometimes it's enough with healing. But we need both. Doctors are also healers.
Yes, doctors are also healers. We can't leave out the doctors. They help. They do
Yes.
help out. Now they charge a lot, Torunn, over here anyway. But they do help.
I think it's a little better in Norway. We have, yeah.
Yeah,
It's doctors, everyone can afford to go to the doctor in Norway.
that's
We are lucky. If you get cancer, you
very
get
lucky.
help right away, and we get it for free.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know the mess we have here in the States.
Yes.
And someone of your talent, someone of your nature can really, really help so many people. Because some people, like myself, I don't particularly care for doctors. They kind of scare me.
Do they?
Now, a healing session with you, I can do that because I can tell that it's going to be gentle. It's going to be non-invasive. It's going to be non-intrusive. It's going to be all kinds of different things. It's going to be a completely different experience. And it's about that experience, I think, that helps people to remember when it actually happens to them. Whenever they, like the woman with her hand, she
Yes.
wasn't able to open it. Now she can.
She was
It,
not. She was not able to bend her fingers
mm,
because they took the bones away. But it's really amazing to be a part of that, to be the healer and be able to watch everyone getting feeling better. But of course, no non-healer can help everyone. It's like sometimes we are going to learn from an illness, and if we haven't done the job, maybe it's not possible for anyone to take it away.
mm-hmm.
And I've been through that myself. I've had illness that no one could help me with. But you learn a lot from having something. So it's not a waste of time, if you understand what I mean. So I wish I could hold my hands on everyone and everyone were 100% well again. But that's not the way it is for a healer. But I feel everyone receive healing, someone for the soul, someone get it for the body or the mind. But and it's also a very, as you said, a kind energy. It's a beautiful energy, so it's not anything scary about it.
That made me feel better. I don't know about the rest of you, but that made me feel better. And we all need that. We all need that reassurance like that. And it can be a scary thing, but yet it's not.
Healing is not scary. It's just relaxing. It's really, really nice. And I also go to healers myself to receive healing. We can give ourselves self-healing, but sometimes it's really nice to receive help from another person, just to be the client and relax and receive. So I do that from time to time. And it always makes me feel more calm, and all the energy is lighter. I feel happier and less pain, because I've been in some accidents, so I have some pain from time to time in my body myself.
Mm-hmm.
So healers are not without pain. They do have pain.
Yeah, I'm glad you clarified that too. And before we close, are there any final words that you want to say to your audience before next month's show?
Oh, I just want you to believe in me when I say all of you can do healing yourself. Just trust your abilities. This is natural. We are not so different, any of us. So please join me and learn more about healing, and I will help you the best I can so you can connect with this beautiful energy of pure light and love.
That is beautiful. Beautiful. And thank you so much, Torunn. It was great talking with you. And I am so looking forward to the next show. I'll be here.
Great. I'm so
Front
looking
row.
forward to it myself. And thank you for everyone who's watching today. And thank you so much, Todd. Thank you so much.
Pleasure. My pleasure. My pleasure. Have a good morning and good day, everyone. Bye.
Bye.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.